to get somebody else joining us, Donna. Okay. Like to get started. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. The first item on the agenda is just a review of the minutes to make sure everybody was happy with those. So just to get it to someone to make a motion that they be, unless there are issues, to be accepted and approved, so we can.
I have two comments.
Okay.
One is I would be remiss if I don't correct the spelling of Sienna since I named it.
Okay.
C-E-N-A. I'm sorry?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Sienna, C-I-E-N-A. It's on page 4 or 5, I think, toward the end of the minutes. And the other thing is, there's mention, Frank, I think your name was mentioned in a couple of places without a last name. And since you weren't in the meeting, I think it helps with the clearness if we have a full name, at least for the first time it's mentioned. So.
Absolutely. LaValley, L-A-V-A-L-L-E-Y. And by the way, love your products.
I'm loving the stock price today. So with those corrections, I move we accept the minutes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 We have 3 here, so we don't have to.
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah. Okay. Next is just an update on the batteries in the POP. Frank, would you like to make any comments on that?
Everything went perfectly. That was literally textbook, not a problem all the way through.
Oh, and thank you for that. And then I received from Frank today just as an update on the wireless that we're trying to redo, the wireless links to the 3 islands. Received an updated proposal from Frank today, which I haven't really had a chance to dig into total detail. But we'll look at that, and if it seems to meet what we want it to meet, the plan is to do Minot Island first, just as a test, because there's only one person out there, make sure everything is working well. And then we can roll that, you can make some comments 2-page if you want, and then roll that out to the other 2 islands. And so those will all be upgraded and completed. So that's the plan.
Just a heads up for, no, that's okay. No, I was thinking of 700 acre. Okay,
Yeah.
no, that's fine, great.
Yeah, 700 acre will have to coordinate.
I was just thinking there's a business out there that needs to stay up, right?
Yeah, okay. So that's just an update on what we're doing. And then we'd like to just review the audit. If we couldn't, I guess it would be Andrew, you'd be providing
I
most
can
of the
certainly try to help you with that. I'm, like I said, newly appointed, so I'm just getting my feet into it.
Yeah, so where does it stand, I guess?
Currently, well, where it stands right now is I'm looking at like around 50 pole transfers, Slack migration, and some Slack loops that need to get repaired. That I've been trying to get Frank Start in on the contract for that. Get him set up so that we can get that done, just to shore up the construction plant for the wintertime. That way we can move forward with identifying places that need to have cable rebuilt or fiber rebuilt, so that we can shore up the system and keep it running. I've been working on trying to get exactly what needs to be done out there squared away so I can get that issued, and also get the town's approval so that we can issue it.
What do you mean by issue it? Issue it the actual
issue
work?
The actual work to be done to a contractor so that it'll be completed.
Okay, but just in terms of there is supposed to be an annual audit of the system, and that really hasn't occurred this year. So we'd like to get some sense of where that's at, if we could.
Well, the annual audit that seriously, I just heard about this afternoon. I'm going to probably try to schedule for January. I'm in Vermont right now, and I just got to schedule the time to get up there to start looking at stuff. When you have the audit, what details are you looking for as far as construction? Are you looking for any other details into that? I mean, are you looking for case audits, hub audits? What details are you looking for?
Well, it's mostly for the OSP, and we want to. What we'd like to do is have a prioritized plan of what needs to be done. We have a limited budget, So if we can, rather than just doing some and wait until next year and do the next batch, be nice to put it in a prioritized order so we know what's most important to get done first, so we can, try to get the most bang for our buck in terms of what we can afford.
And then
All right.
understand backlog
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah. So if we can get it prioritized and we know what we do first, and then we can have a second tier, then a third tier, we just keep working it through until we get it all up to snuff.
All right. Well, I believe that these pole transfers are actually going to be pretty high on the priority. Normally, on mainland, I'm not sure how it is on the island for you, but you have a year to get onto the new pole before you can start getting in the way of the other systems. So I'd like to be able to take a look at that and see if we can't get the pole transfers at least on the list for now. And then when I get out on the island, I can make a better assessment of what actually needs to happen immediately.
Okay. So Andrews, what's your email so we can be in touch?
That would be apalmer@staff.gwy.net.
Okay. Okay. Anybody have any questions or whatever?
Like, I guess, just how long do we think the audit will take to complete? You said started in January, or do you think you can get through it pretty quickly?
Well, with the amount of time that it takes for me to get there, I'm probably going to try to get the audit done within a week, and then probably turn back with you within 2. I don't see a lot that would need to be painstakingly drawn out for OSP anyways, unless you guys have a certain point that you're seeing that I'm not. So we'll go over that. Hopefully the week that I'm up there, I can meet with you while I'm up there.
Okay.
Your biggest concern will be over in 700 Acre Island. I mean, on Islesboro, it's not a major issue. There's a couple of long runs down through the woods that won't be a lot of fun that time of year, but 700 Acre Island, you're definitely, well, the boatyard over there has an ATV, so we can work out terms on that. That makes it easier to get around. But there's also several runs that are through the woods. So that definitely takes coordination to get that one done.
Yeah, it sounds like it will. Yes, please. As soon as you email me, I'll have your email address and we can start coordinating that, because I also need to know if there's a place to stay up there. I mean, I'm just starting to figure out this project. So,
hey, Paige, I have a question. Paige, would you be the contact for Andy to meet out there and do this audit?
That certainly can be, just depends when it happens.
Okay,
We can certainly get it started that way.
right. And then is there a place, because I know there's no there's no inns out there, but
I
there must be
believe-
some sort of Airbnb rentals, you think, this time of year?
I can check on let me check around, see what I can find. We should be able to find something. There's a place that CMP uses. It's only when they need to be here. So it's empty right now. We might be able to work on that a little bit.
Oh, okay. Is it a hut?
No, it's a house. They rent a house just in case they
They
need
actually
it.
rent a house? Okay,
Yeah. So let me check on that. And there's some other options too that I can look into.
that'd be great. Yeah, so we can have some contacts for Andy as well.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do you require like a sauna, a hot tub or anything like that?
no, I don't have any requirements like that. Just heat.
Heat in the shower, right?
Yeah, heat in the shower. Well, I mean, that's optional as long as you don't mind a little body odor,
Barry, is given what was done with the first order that we got in the early part of this year, it was, most of the work was sort of looked at up to the Narrows was sort of half of it. So does it make sense to start a second audit where that audit left off and sort of start there, or are you looking at just doing the whole thing?
I think you can build on what was done. But there was more of a statistical audit rather than a real audit, so to speak. It was a sampling of polls, finding out what was wrong with those polls, and then multiplying it over the whole network to make a projection for budgetary purposes. So I think it'd be better if we can get as detailed as we can, so we know what's real. you know, once we have that, then we can just keep through the change logs, we can keep track of everything and then should be pretty straightforward.
And a more general geographic sampling of the whole system.
Yeah,
probably,
yeah.
Rather than just, one area down island.
Yeah.
So would you anticipate this to be in preparation for the next budget cycle?
Well, once we get what we know from this, then we can start and
Right.
then we just prioritize and fill it through as we build.
Yeah, just in terms of timing, when does our budget cycle, the annual meeting, the town meeting is what, in June, Kerry, or?
May.
In May?
Well, March is when the budget battle begins, so
Right.
March, you really want to start having numbers in mind.
Right, so just giving Andrew kind of a sense of what the timing is from our perspective is to get budget cycles started, we have to work through that and get that in by before March.
Yeah, the select board starts asking for that in January.
Yeah, that's what I'm,
Right, so if we could get a report by the end of January or something, that
Yeah.
would be
yeah.
tremendous.
I think that'd give you plenty of time.
Yeah,
Does that work for you?
That's my plan so far.
Okay, very good. Okay,
So I have
anything
a
else?
quick question. Yeah, I just have a quick question. So Frank and Thomas, Frank, weren't you out and you did an audit to a certain point or no?
Yeah, just the southern part of the island up to the Narrows, and the audit that I was doing was literally everything, open to every case, every splice.
Okay, so
Yep.
that portion's done. So Frank, if you can send that to Andy, that'd be great. I don't know if Andy's already got that.
I have a list of what was looked at. I don't have
Oh,
the
okay.
case. I don't have what was wrong with each case, but I have all the OSB issues.
Okay, cool. Just double checking on that. Okay, thanks.
Excuse me, Matthew Emery, representing Acre Island. I saw on the agenda the wireless link to 700 Acre, and because the audit is speaking about going over to 700, and I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. What exactly is entailed with going over there, just so I can facilitate that if I can.
Oh, Paige, you want to respond to that?
Yeah, well, I guess let me be clear, you're seeing what's entailed with doing the radio upgrades or just going over to do the initial groundwork, or what are you trying to sort out?
This is on Egg Island.
Oh, you're muted, Matt.
Matt, you're muted? Or,
Thank you. Sorry. I saw the agenda included the wireless link, but now in listening to the discussion of the audit that Andy was going to go over to 700 Acre Island, I'm just curious, is that just following the polls or is that more detailed? I don't know the specifics of the audit, and I'm assuming you'll get to the wireless link upgrade later.
Yeah, exactly. Those are definitely two different efforts, and the wireless link part will be pretty much right at the boatyard. The audit of the poles will be following the pole line. So going pole to pole, look and inspecting what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
thanks. Any other comments or whatever on the audit?
I just have a quick question. I'm always asking questions. How many poles are on, Paige might know this better than anybody. How many poles are on the entire island and on the islands as well? Like how many?
About 1,700.
1,700. So Andy, does a week cover that?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, it's not like we're walking the entire system. I mean, we'll be able to go pretty quickly from pole to pole on
Okay.
anything that's accessible. The ones out through the woods will take a little bit more time, but that should be easily done within a week. If not, I'll schedule more time.
Okay.
Yeah, my guess is a week, given the time of year. In the summer, 3 days, I think is pretty doable. But this time of the year where, we have 3 hours of daylight, a little tougher.
I hope it's a little more than 3 hours.
Paige is an optimist.
It gets a little longer in January.
Yeah.
Okay, any other things on the audit? Okay, well, we're blitzing through our agenda, so we're going to transition now into an executive session because we have some issues we need to talk about, some things. And so I got to do this properly because there's a code here we have to put in. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, okay. So I'd like to present a motion that we move to executive session under title MRSA 4056A. And if, so
I'll still move.
okay, and second, and everybody vote? Yeah, I'm in
Okay.
favor.
Sure.
Aye.
Okay.
Three of us.
Okay.
Mhm.
Very good. This will be probably the fastest IMB quarterly meeting on record. So we're done. Those that wish